Hey guys, it's your host MrDeathDeeds and welcome to a new video. And basically today I'm going to be telling you a story. So this is going to be a different type of video to what I normally do, and I'm sorry for not uploading recently. I am still very ill, if you didn't know, so I'm sorry about that. But yeah, let's get into the video. So basically I'm going to start with school is shit, isn't it? It really is very shit. And this is to do with the story. So basically one day I went to school when I was in year 6, so I think that's like 10 years old, I think, or 11 or something like that. So basically one day I went to school and I just think, this is so shit. See, my teacher didn't look very nice, and she wasn't your stereotypical really nice teacher. Instead, she looked like this and ruined my life every single day. So I came up with a plan to get out of it, but I didn't know if I was going to do it or not. So I waited till break time. So then I went to reception, and then you have to press a button on the door so the woman knows you're there, and then she opens it, and she said, "What can I help you with?" So I froze for like 30 seconds because like, fuck, am I actually going to go through with this? Then I started thinking about how much shit I would be in if I actually went through with this plan. But I did anyway. So I said to her that my teacher sent me here because I'm ill, and she said I can go home. Instantly knew that wasn't gonna fucking work, and I told her this, and I was like, yep, alright, tell me that I'm lying and fucking send me back to class. She didn't. She believed it. And I finally got to go home. They rang my mum, picked me up, went home. I was like, wait, this fucking worked. I'm gonna do this again. So I did. And for the next couple of weeks, or actually a couple of weeks, I would say a month, I kept doing it at least 3-4 times a week, every month, pretty much every day. I didn't know how she had been picked onto it, to be honest, because it was kind of obvious that I wasn't ill, because I was like no symptoms, nothing. Anyway, one day I done it, and I sat there just waiting, and then my fucking teacher walked past. She walked past, stopped, came back, looked through the door, and saw me there. Instantly, her face went from happy to like, I'm going to fucking kill you. So she came and opened the door and said, what are you doing here? And then the receptionist said, well, you said he could go home. And that's where she said, no, I didn't. And then I got in serious trouble. My teacher made me apologise to the receptionist for lying. I was made to apologise to her because even though she's a shit teacher, but I had to apologise to her anyway. So yeah, and I got in some serious trouble with the school. I got at least a month and a half of detentions, so no break, no lunch, and it was pretty terrible for me. And then they rang my mum and told her the real story, and I just didn't want to go home because I knew I was gonna get killed. But actually, when I got home, my mum laughed and said, "You idiot." And I was a bit like, oh, well, that was a bit surprising. But no, she was actually really cool with it, and I didn't get grounded or anything. So I was like, wow, I might try this again. I didn't try it again because I knew it wouldn't work, but it was still worth it. It was pretty good. I just went home and played Xbox pretty much every day. Probably wouldn't recommend it because it's not very good for your education. Because surprisingly, you don't learn anything when you're at home. You just kind of get bored, really. But yeah, that's all. That's the story, guys. Like, if you actually enjoyed this, I've already told you this, but I'm probably going to make more of these story videos, and hopefully you enjoy this one. I've got quite a lot more stories to tell, but it depends if you actually enjoy them. And yeah, guys, like you enjoyed, subscribe for more content. It's been here, MrDeathDeeds. Peace!